Hello, it's Motor Test of the Week. This week I'm going to be testing the PROPDRIVE V2 2836 2700 kV motor. I love this motor. I've had one of these before, the old V1s. It was the first motor I ever tried in anything running 4-cell, and yeah, loved it. It's a great motor, and they're on offer at the moment as well. Yeah, pretty decent price at the moment. But I thought I'd do a test on one of these. I did a test a long time ago where I did try one of these on 5-cell, just a very simple video before I even started doing the weekly videos. But I thought I'd do a full test on this and see what it's like. 3-4 cell, and I'll do the 5-cell test again. Let's have a look at the little specs. Yeah, 2700 kV, says max current of 50 amps. Don't know, probably take more than that. ESC recommended is 55 to 70 amp. It says 3 to 4S. Again, let's see what we can do with that. What we got? It's these new V2 motors. The shaft, it says 3.175 millimeters. The old ones were 4 millimeters. But it's not all the way through the 3.175. All they've done is just turned down the end to 3.175. The main shaft and bearings are still 4 millimeter. The weight of this motor is 82 grams, and they're pretty damn good. It's got some prop test data here, so let's do some comparisons. What we've got on 3-cell, it says 3.75, no sorry, 4.75 by 4.75 on 3-cell. It reckons it will give you 311 watts at 28 amps and 700 grams of thrust. Yeah, let's see what it says with that. On 4-cell with the same prop, it reckons it will give 594 watts at 40 amps and 1.12 kilos of thrust. So again, let's see what it does on there. On 3-cell, it recommends a 5x5 only on 3-cell, and will give 400 watts at 36 amps and what was it, 850 grams of thrust. It also says you can use a 6x4 on 3-cell, and it will give you 520 watts at 46.8 amps and 1.2 kilos of thrust. So again, let's see what the results compare as. I don't know what make of props they were using on those, so let's see what the comparison is. The ESC we're going to be testing it with is a Turnigy AE 65 amp brushless ESC. I find these to be brilliant ESCs on high kV outrunners. I find they makes the outrunners run way more efficient than if you were just using a bit more simpler ESC, because it's a bit more better programming in it. It's the ones that say these high RPM figures that I think work a lot better on the high kV outrunners, such as the PROPDRIVE motors. It just seemed to work so much better. Output is 65 amps, and it says 70 amp burst for 10 seconds. So yeah, they're pretty damn good. I think these are pretty much like Hobby Wing Platinum ESCs. They're pretty similar, but a bit cheaper. And I mean, they work just as good. I think the Hobby Wing you might be able to push a little bit more, but I find them to be pretty damn good motors. Right, so let's try the PROPDRIVE 2836 2700 kV. One thing I will say is these do now come with the accessories packs that Before you had to buy separately, but now they come with the accessory pack, which is pretty good. Just thought I'd mention that. Right, so let's get it on the old thrust stand and give this motor a test. Right, here we are. First prop I'm going to try is the APC electric 4.75 by 4.75, and I'm going to be trying it on 3-cell with a zippy 2200 milliamp 40C 3-cell. So let's see what the thrust is on this. That's pretty much bang on the 700 grams of thrust that it says. Yeah, only 32 amps, 32.6 and 381 watts. Right, so that's pretty much bang on what it says in the specs. So let's see what we can do to improve that. Okay, now I'm going to be trying one of the TGS 4.75 by 4.75 props. So exactly the same spec, and it's the same battery. And let's see what thrust this one puts out. Spider on the floor. No, so that was a bit more thrust. A bit more thrust. Say drawing 28.6 amps. .336 watts. Right, let's try some other props. Right, I just thought I'd give this one a quick try. This is actually a 4.5 by 4.5 TGS prop. I just thought I'd get a comparison test on this one. So there weren't a lot of difference there really to the 4.75 by 4.75, and that also put out more thrust than the APC 4.75 by 4.75. So it's pretty good. I really do like those 4.5 props. So it only draws 25 amps. Amazing. Right, let's try the 5x5s. Okay, this is APC 5x5, still on 3S. So just re-zero the scales there. Right, let's see what the 5x5 does. That wasn't really that impressive, that really, was that? What we got? 37.5 amps, 436 watts. and that was only putting out not much more than the 4.5-inch TGS prop. Alright, let's try the TGS 5x5. Right, TGS 5x5, still on 3S. Well, that was significant. Yeah, it did draw a bit more current that time. Only a tiny bit, but put out way more thrust. Blimey. Yeah. Right, I've got another 5-inch prop to try here. Okay, this is a Dow prop 5045. I think they're quadcopter props. So let's give one of these a try on 3S. Oh, let's change the weight a bit. Just zero the scales again. Right. That was pretty damn good. Blimey. That didn't draw much current at all. It gave a good amount of thrust, that did. Yeah, that's pretty good, that prop. Don't know what speed would be like on it. Let's just grab, where are we? No, that's not it. No, that's the one. So, I mean, if you compare the pitch there, you can see even the TGS, there's a lot more pitch there, and it's a full 50/45 compared to a 5x5, so there ain't that much difference. But you can see there's a huge amount of difference in the pitch there. So no wonder that drew a lot less current. Alright, see what else we got next. Right, this is a Gem Fan 5.5 by 5.5. I think they're listed as Turnigy props on Hobby King, but on Banggood they're under Gem Fan, and they also come in a Gem Fan bag, even if you get them from Hobby King. Right, this is still on 3S. So, oh, switch me light on. So what the thrust we get here. Right, this will be interesting because these are high speed props and they have a lot of pitch on them. Yeah, 46 amps, 535 watts. So it runs it no problem, and it's, was it just under a kilo of thrust, so I reckon that would be a good prop to try on 3S. That could be one of the best props to try on 3S, to be honest, for high speed, if you only want to run it on 3S. Alright, I've got some 6-inch props here, so let's give them a try. Okay, the first of the 6-inch props is a APC 6x4, and that's what's recommended. So we're still on 3S. So let's see what it compares to their specs. So it's almost the 1.2 kilos of thrust. I think with a bigger 3-cell it probably would reach 1.2 kilos of thrust. So what we got? 47.79 amps, 547 watts. So we're still under 50 amps, but it's right on the 50 amp mark. My old one of these I ran at over 60 amps. So right, let's compare another prop. Right, here we are with a TGS 6x4 prop. Still on the same 3S battery. Everything's still the same. Let's get a measurement of thrust on this one. That was pretty good. .7 amps, 512 watts. So that's a lot less. Right. So I think I might try a 6x5 TGS. Right, 6x5 TGS prop. So it's a bit more pitch than the 6x4s. See what it does on the thrust. That's weird, it actually gave more thrust then. You'd think with more pitch it would give less thrust, but it's yeah. 3.9 amps, 44 amps, 507 watts. So that's so you can run a 6x5 TGS on that and get a lot more thrust. Right, I've got one more prop I was going to try. Okay, this is, I think it's a Hobby King 6045 bullnose prop. So I thought I'd give one of these a try, just to see how that performs. Well, that gave good thrust. That was the best one yet. Oh, blimey. But look at the voltage drop on that. 59 amps. That's yeah, that's quite a bit more current draw than the others. 656 watts. It was good thrust, but yeah, it's a bit higher on the old current draw. You'd probably get away with running that. I should think you can get away with running that because these motors are pretty good. Got the 40 degrees though. That was only a short run, so yeah, quite a voltage drop there. Right, so I think I can move on to the 4-cell tests. Right, this is the 4-cell test, and I've gone back to the APC 4.75 by 4.75. That's probably what's recommended. The battery I'm using is a Rhino 2250 milliamp, and it's 40C 4 cell. It says that should get was it 1,120 grams of thrust on this setup. On there. Barely a kilo. 47.84 amps, 710 watts. Blimey. Alright, let's see if we can improve on that. Alright, let's see what we get here on a TGS 4.75 by 4.75. Still on the same 4S battery. That's a bit more like it. .7 amps, 663 watts. So there's definitely a bit more thrust there. Up to 44 degrees. It's dropping, so right, let's try the 4.5 by 4.5, see what happens there. Right, let's try the 4.5 by 4.5 again, just to see how it compares, because I did prop down to this prop on the 3000 kV prop drive motor on my Delta Wasp. Because it was, after doing the test, I realised I got more thrust out of the 4.5 by 4.5, but that was a higher kV motor, so you think the slightly larger 4.75 by 4.75 with more pitch was probably overloading it slightly, and it allowed it to rev up a bit more with this prop, and after changing it on the Delta Wasp, it actually made it faster, so it was a bit of a difference. But here we are, still on the 4 cell. Let's see what we get here. So that was actually a few grams more thrust there, wasn't it? And you could hear it was winding up a lot more. A lot higher pitch, so it's a lot higher RPM. Yeah, because the voltage drop isn't as bad, and it's only 37.5 amps at 570 watts. So it's more economical, really, and actually puts out a little bit more thrust. I think there's a bit more difference with the 3000 kV motor, but as you can see, the voltage drop is less, yeah, 15 volts, so less amps, and so you could hear that the way that was winding up. That was had a lot more RPM on it. Right, but let's see what we can do on a bigger prop though. See how much thrust we can get. Okay, actually I thought I'd just give this prop a try, and I've got another one coming up as well. This is a Dow Prop 4045 bullnose prop. So it'll be interesting to see the difference that this quad prop makes. Let's give this one a try. pretty good thrust really for the low current drawer as well. It's not bad. Alright, I'll just quickly swap over. I've got a 3-bladed one, so let's give that a try. Okay, so this will be interesting. This is another Dell Prop 4045, but it's a 3-bladed prop. So let's see what this does. That was pretty good thrust. That could be quite interesting. It's only drawing 42 amps as well. Amps, 632 watts. So that's pretty interesting. That's I wouldn't use any of the really bendy ones. These ones are a little bit bendy, but they're not too bad. I think generating that any more thrust than that would probably snap. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. That could be worth a try, that one. Right, let's try another prop. Okay, this is a TGS 5x5 prop on 4-cell. So this might be a bit over the top, but so give it a go, see what it does. Not bad. See what we got on the old. Ooh, it's a bit over. 55.4 amps, 815 watts. Let's check what it's done on the temperature there. 41.8. 43. Yeah, 43 degrees. It's not too bad. That's not bad, that. I think I'll just give that one more try on a 4-cell with a custom prop. Okay, here we are. This is probably the best chance of getting some really good thrust out of this motor. This is a 6x5 TGS prop, but I've cut it down by about ½ an inch. So it's you can see here with another 6x5, it's about 1/4 inch either side taken off. So it's not as big as a 6x5, but it's a bit more than a 5x5. So this will be overloading, well, not so much overloading, but be pulling a bit more amps. This is on 4-cell, but let's see what we get on the thrust and then check the temperatures. That made a difference. It's 1700 grams of thrust there. Yeah, I've got to admit I didn't top the battery up, but it's not that down that far. 53.5 amps, 787 watts. That's a bit weird. So I don't know if just not topping that battery up that little bit more made that difference, but it's kind of less current than the other ones. So yeah, that's pretty damn good thrust, that out of that customised prop. So that's why I like these TGS props, because they're cheap and you can buy slightly longer ones and then cut them down to your desired size, as long as you reshape the tip like I do. See how the tip's reshaped? They still perform pretty damn good. Don't just cut it off straight. You reshape it and then sand it all so that it's all smooth. Right, so that was a pretty damn good result for the 4-cell. Anyone who hasn't seen it before, the 5-cell test I did, I'm going to redo that now and see what it does on 5-cell. Okay, what I've put on there is a 4.5 by 4.5 TGS prop. It's one of my favourite props, and I know that it works well on this setup. And what I've got is a zippy 2000 milliamp 45C 5-cell. You can see 21 volts, 5-cell. So let's see what this does. That is incredible. I love that. .97 amps, 995 watts. So it's probably less watts than the last test, but then I was using the bigger 5-cell with the on the previous test, so the amps and watts will be a bit higher because the voltage drop won't be as low, but that's still pretty damn good, especially when you consider the amount of thrust it produced. So let's give that another run. Very loud. Still about the same. Motor is a bit warm. Woo, 50 degrees there. Ooh, 55 there, so that's it's a bit warm, but it is very hot in the workshop today. It's nearly 30 degrees. When you consider there's no air rushing over this because it's set up as a pusher, so the air is running in that direction. There's no air running over the motor, so in the air it should stay cooler, and you definitely wouldn't want to go any other prop than this one, 4.5 by 4.5 TGS. But as you can see there, run that on 5-cell, and it's it's pretty damn good. More thrust than all the other recommended props. I mean, my custom prop put out more thrust on 4-cell, but out of the other recommended, that's pretty good. Not too far over the 50 amp current draw. Right, that was this motor test of the week on the PROPDRIVE 2836 2700 kV. And I think there's a few people out there who've been wanting to see one of these tested. So there you go. There's a huge range of props tested on that. I think you could say that's a pretty damn full review of that motor. I would say about testing it on 6-cell, but I don't think that would be recommended. I think if you did try flying it on 6-cell, you'd only get one flight out of it, and you'd have to go down to a pretty small prop, so I don't think there'd be much point in that. But maybe if you give us thumbs on this and if I get a good amount of thumbs on it, I'll stick a 6L in, see what it does. Maybe I'll melt it down, I don't know. But if you want to see a test on 6L, yeah, give us a thumbs up and subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye bye.